My Weirdest School, Book Number 7. Miss Joni is a Phony. Written by Dan Gutman. Pictures by Jim Pelot. Chapter 4. Two heads are better than one. Miss Joni was really tall and skinny. She went over and hugged Mr. Klutz like they were old friends. Miss Joni and I are old friends, Mr. Klutz told us. We went to college together, and then she went on to become a famous photographer. Her pictures are in all the fashion magazines. It was so nice of her to come here to take pictures of you kids for picture day. We gave Miss Joni a standing ovation. It had to be a standing ovation because we were all standing. Well, hello and thank you, Miss Joni said. It is simply fabulous to be here. You all look fabulous, and this is a fabulous school. I bet my old friend Mr. Klutz is a fabulous principal. Man, Miss Joni sure says fabulous a lot. Just about every other word from her mouth was fabulous. Blah, blah, fabulous, blah, blah, fabulous, blah, blah, fabulous, blah, blah, fabulous, blah, blah, said Miss Joni. See what I mean? Miss Joni is really famous, Andrea whispered in my ear. She takes pictures of all the supermodels. Models have superpowers? I said. That is cool. I wondered which superpowers models have. It would be cool to have superheat vision. Then you wouldn't need a microwave oven. You could just heat up your food by looking at it. Supermodels don't have superpowers, dumbhead, Andrea told me. They're the most famous models in the world. I knew that, I lied. What is Andrea's problem? Why can't a chuck full of microwave ovens fall on her head? I bet you could be a supermodel, Andrea, whispered Emily. People do tell me I have nice cheekbones, Andrea whispered back. Cheekbones? What? Cheeks have bones? That's a new one on me. I felt my cheeks. They were all skin. I don't have bones in my cheeks. How would you be able to eat if you had bones in your cheeks? Gross. The whole idea of cheekbones made me want to throw up. Miss Joni set up a big camera on a tripod. She told us it was a special camera that would slowly move from left to right as it was taking the picture, so it could get all 500 of us in the shot. We would have to stay perfectly still for 5 seconds while the camera moved across all our faces. Okay, said Miss Joni. When I say smile, everybody stand still for 5 seconds. Ready? Ready, we all said. That's when I got the greatest idea in the history of the world. Smile, said Miss Joni. The camera was pointing at my side of the bleachers. As soon as it started moving, I jumped down off the back of the bleachers. 1, said Miss Joni. I landed on the grass behind the right bleachers. 2, said Miss Joni. I ran across the back of the bleachers to the other side where my friends were. 3, said Miss Joni. I climbed up the back of the bleachers. 4, said Miss Joni. I stood up between Ryan and Michael. 5, said Miss Joni. The camera was pointing right at my side of the bleachers. Fabulous, said Miss Joni. Nice job standing still, everybody. AJ, what are you doing here? Ryan whispered in my ear right after the picture was finished. I jumped down from the other side of the bleachers after the camera took my picture over there, I explained. Then I ran over here. Why did you do that? Asked Michael. So I could be in the picture twice, I told them. 2 heads are better than one. AJ, you're a genius, said Ryan. I should get the Nobel Prize for that idea. That's a prize they give out to people who don't have bells. Chapter 5, Fabulo. After Miss Joni took the school picture, we had to go back to our classroom and wait to be called for our class picture. Mr. Cooper said we could sit at our desks and talk to each other as long as we used our inside voices. That makes no sense at all. My voice is the same wherever I am. I took a sheet of paper from my desk and drew a picture of a rocket ship. Alexia read a book on skateboarding. Andrea and Emily took mirrors out of Andrea's suitcase and started fussing with their hair. Maybe Miss Joni will notice me, Andrea whispered as she put some girly gunk on her face. It would be exciting to be a model. I really wanted to say something mean about Andrea's face, but it's hard to say mean stuff with an inside voice. Finally, after we sat there for 1,100,000 hours, an announcement came over the loudspeaker. Attention, Mr. Cooper's class. Please report to the gym to have your class picture taken. We lined up in size order and walked to the gym. A plain white background was on the wall in the corner, and there were seats in front of it for the class to sit on. Miss Joni had 2 big umbrellas set on either side. That was weird. Do you think it's going to rain inside the gym? Ryan asked her. No, silly, said Miss Joni. The umbrellas are here to bounce the lights on you and make you look fabulous. Miss Joni told us to sit down. There was a sign that said Mr. Cooper's 3rd grade class. We had to sit boy, girl, so we couldn't sit next to anybody we liked. Mr. Cooper stood next to the class. This is going to be fabulous, said Miss Joni. Are you kids ready? Yes, said all the girls. No, said all the boys. Miss Joni pushed a button, and a big flash went off. The light bounced off the umbrellas. Snap! That's fabulous, Miss Joni said. Now tilt your heads to the right. Snap! A little to the left. Snap! Chins up. Snap! Not that far. Don't squint. Snap! Keep your cheeks down. Snap! Hands to your sides. Snap! Cross your feet at the ankles. Snap! Look at me. Snap! Now look over my head. Snap! Keep your hands folded in front of you. Snap! Sit perfectly still. Snap! Fabulous! Miss Joni went on like that for 1,100,000 minutes. Finally, she put the camera down. You were fabulous, said Miss Joni, who probably says that to everybody. You can go back to class. We will shoot your personal pictures after all the class photos are done. We lined up in single file to go back to our classroom. I was just about to walk out the door when the weirdest thing in the history of the world happened. Miss Joni came running over to me. Excuse me, she said. What is your name, young man? Who, me? I asked. My name is AJ. Not anymore, said Miss Joni. From now on, your name is Fabulo. What? Miss Joni was looking at me really weirdly. You're perfect, she said, walking around me. You have the look. Huh? I asked. What look? Miss Joni picked up her camera and started snapping pictures of me. I've been waiting my whole life to find a young man who looks like you, she said. And here you are. You are Fabulo. I'm going to make you a star. Andrea had on her mean face. Star? I asked. What are you going to do to me? She's gonna make you into a male model, dude, Ryan told me. Oh no, not just a model, said Miss Joni. Fabulo will be the first male supermodel. But I don't want to be a supermodel, I told Miss Joni. You were born to be Fabulo, she replied as she took more pictures of me. There's no point in fighting it. Just look at those cheekbones. They're perfect. I covered my cheeks with my hands. But, everybody was giggling because I said but, which sounds just like but, even though it's missing a T. Dude, being the first male supermodel will probably pay big bucks, Michael told me. And all you have to do is pose for some dumb pictures. This could pay for your college education. But I don't want to get a college education, I protested. You could build a skate park with the money, Ryan told me, or a video game arcade. You'll be able to buy whatever you want, man. How much money are we talking about? I asked. Hundreds, said Michael. Thousands, said Ryan. Millions, said Miss Joni. Bazillions, said Neil. I don't even know if bazillions is a real number. We never learned about bazillions in math. Andrea was standing there the whole time with her arms crossed. That's not fair, she said. Arlo doesn't even want to be a model. But Miss Joni wasn't paying any attention to Andrea. She couldn't stop staring at me and taking pictures. What do you say? She asked me. Do you want to be Fabulo, the first male supermodel, or do you just want to be some plain old boring kid? I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I had to think fast. This was the hardest decision of my life. I could go on being a normal kid, or I could become the first male supermodel in the history of the world. I was concentrating so hard that my brain hurt. Finally, I decided. I could make bazillions, and I could make Andrea jealous. All I had to do was let Miss Joni take some dumb pictures of me. I'll do it, I said. I am Fabulo. Chapter 6 The Vomitorium. It was lunchtime, so we had to go to the vomitorium. Welcome to Cafe Lagrange, said our lunch lady, Miss Lagrange. What can I get you for lunch today? I'll have spaghetti with lots of tomato sauce, said Ryan. I'll have macaroni and cheese, said Michael. I'll have a sloppy Joe sandwich, said Andrea. How about you, AJ? Said Miss Lagrange. Would you like some peas today? No, thank you, I told her. I don't like peas. Oh, come on, she said. Give peas a chance. Then she started singing that dumb song she always sings. All we are saying is give peas a chance. Miss Lagrange's change. One time she wrote a secret message in the mashed potatoes. I looked at the other dishes Miss Lagrange had prepared. Beef and bean burritos, sloppy Joe sandwiches, chili surprise, chocolate pudding, pickle chips, applesauce, tater tots. It all looked disgusting. Luckily, my mom packed a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for me. I just bought a carton of milk, and we found a table that was empty. The guy who thought of putting peanut butter and jelly together was a genius, I told everybody. That guy should win the Nobel Prize. It could have been a lady, Arlo, said Andrea, who still had on her mean face. Andrea was right. A lady could have invented the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but I wasn't about to admit that Andrea was right about anything. I'm so excited that you're going to be the first male supermodel, AJ, said Alexia. You'll get to walk down a runway and everything. While the planes are taking off? I asked. That sounds dangerous. Not that kind of a runway, dumbhead, Andrea said, rolling her eyes. I can't believe you're going to be a supermodel and you don't even know what a runway is. You're just being mean to me because you're jealous that Miss Joni picked me to be a supermodel instead of you, I told Andrea. I am not jealous, Andrea shouted. R2, R2D2, C3PO. We went on like that for a while. Andrea knew I was right, but she just didn't want to admit it. Hey, said Neil, how about we play football in the playground during recess? Sure, said Ryan. Count me in, said Alexia. Great idea, said Michael. I'm not in the mood, I said. Everybody looked at me. What's the matter, AJ? Asked Alexia. I just don't want to play football today, I told her. But you love playing football, Ryan said. What's the matter, dude? Okay, I admitted. Miss Joni is going to be doing a photo shoot with me this afternoon. I don't want to get my hair messed up. Everybody started laughing, even though I didn't say anything funny. Are you kidding, AJ? Asked Neil. You're really afraid of messing up your hair? How about we play on the monkey bars instead? Suggested Alexia. Yeah, said Ryan and Michael. The monkey bars are cool. You guys go ahead, I said. I'll stay in here. If I fell off the monkey bars, I might damage my face. If I broke a cheekbone, my male modeling career would be over. Oh, come on, AJ, said Michael. You're not going to break a cheekbone. Not today, guys, I said. Sorry. Now, Andrea wasn't the only one who had on a mean face. Everybody was looking at me with mean faces. You've changed, man, said Ryan. You're not the same AJ that I used to know. Yeah, said Michael. Ever since you became the first male supermodel, you're no fun anymore. What? I said. I'm not even a supermodel yet. It's only a matter of time, said Alexia. You're all full of yourself now. Well, of course I was full of myself. I was entirely made up of me. I had to be full of myself. I couldn't very well be full of somebody else. I remember the good old days when you were cool, AJ, said Ryan. You're not cool anymore. What? Nobody says I'm not cool. I'm the coolest kid ever. It wasn't fair. My best friends had suddenly turned against me. This was the worst thing to happen since TV turn-off week. I felt a sudden rage building up inside. I don't know what came over me. I couldn't control myself. So I did the only thing I could do under the circumstances. I picked up Ryan's plate of spaghetti and dumped it over his head. For a second, everybody was in shock. Tomato sauce was dripping down Ryan's ears. Oh, snap, said Ryan. You can't do that to my friend, Michael shouted. Then he took his macaroni and cheese and pushed it into my face. There, he said. You don't look like a supermodel now. That wasn't very nice, said Andrea. She threw her sloppy Joe sandwich at Michael, but he ducked and it hit Emily instead. She started yelling and screaming and shrieking and hooting and hollering and freaking out, of course. Food fight, somebody shouted. I'm not exactly sure what happened after that. Things got out of control. The next thing anyone knew, the air was filled with flying food. Some second grader chucked a plate full of chili surprise at the kid across the table from him. A beef and bean burrito whizzed past my head. Neil got hit in the face with chocolate pudding. It was raining tater tots. Pickle chips were flying around. Somebody took a pepper shaker and started hitting meatballs up in the air like they were baseballs. Kids were squirting ketchup packets at each other. You should have been there. Eventually, we ran out of food. Cafe LaGrange was a mess. All 4 of the basic food groups were stuck to the wall and to us. That's when an announcement came over the loudspeaker. Happy Picture Day, everyone. Recess has been cancelled. We don't want you boys and girls to get dirty before your pictures are taken. Mr. Cooper's class, please report to the gym. Oh, no, shouted Andrea. My face is a mess. And my hair is full of applesauce. This is the worst picture day ever, said Emily.